Okay, boys, I'm not gonna lie, I stayed up till like 5:51 in the morning to be like, alright, this is the time when we're gonna get some new announcement for like some crazy event over on the JP version of the game, but nope. In all reality, it's the pre-release campaign for the second part of Lostbelt 7, and they're featuring, Wodamin Alter over here, and, I don't want to have, like, anybody who's actually played the event getting, like, triggered. No, that's not who that actually is. But, yeah, it's nothing super major. Just a quick update video for you guys of, like, hey, if you're on NA, this is kind of stuff to be looking out for. And, hey, if you're on JP, nothing's really going on right now. I mean, we have like kind of a nice login bonus. I mean, I'm never gonna complain about getting golden apples for any future lotto events or any just in general good events, like say Summer 4 where you can get like a lot of QP, or say the Apocrypha raids, stuff like that. You can never complain about apples. And Saint Quartz, who doesn't love getting some free Saint Quartz? I mean, free summons are free summons, but yeah, I don't know. Realistically, there's just not a whole lot going on here. The most major thing is that Nemo and Nito Chris are going up on Raid Up. Now, spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't played Lostbelt 7. If you don't want any spoilers, you might want to click off, skip ahead in the video for a little bit. But yeah, I'm giving you guys your warning. Nito Chris is kind of major because she's like Kadok's servant going through Lostbelt 7. She's kind of a big deal. I like that personally because, I'm a huge Nito Chris stan, and I've always like been one of those guys that's like, no, Nito Chris is like super important. She's like super strong. We need to use her more. So I'm glad this here getting used, but I don't really think this is the banner to be summoning on. Like, when you consider that Lostbelt 7 has so many servants that we have not seen yet. I mean, we've got like 2 or 3 Aztec servants that are just non-summonable, have no idea what they're going to be. We have Olga being in here. We have Ort, which, I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, we're not going to be able to summon Ort. Do you really know that? Are they not going to make that a summonable servant? Who knows what Lasengo is going to do? Are you really going to summon on this banner? I mean, I do think Nemo and Nito Chris are really good, as apparent by some of the tier lists that I've done. Like, I've ranked them both pretty high. Even with, like, Nero getting a pretty average rating, it's like, no. That's an average rating of just, like, what he can do normally. If you can, like, get any of his damage mods or fulfill any of his conditions, this guy is insane. And then Nito Chris is just one of those servants that like any account would love to have because she's super broken. But I mean, are they really going to get anybody with this banner? I don't really think so. Like, there's just no way that you're going to spend your Saint Quartz on someone like Nemo and Nito Chris when you know the potential of what is coming. We know that with like, say, Lostbelt 6, for instance, like, they initially released Morgan, and then it's like, oh, Morgan, Balaban Sith, and Bargus are insane. And I still register that, like, Morgan is really insane, but maybe Balaban Sith and Bargus weren't the most insane in the world. Then they drop Melusine in the middle of the Lostbelt, and then they drop Oberon later. It's just kind of like, you gotta expect stuff like that. And we really haven't gotten that first servant release for Lostbelt 7, if you think about it, because Lostbelt 7 released in the middle of January, right? Not January, but December. Sorry, it is 5 in the morning. Sorry, you have to excuse me for a couple mishaps here and there, but it released in the middle of December when they said they weren't going to release any new servants. And now we're in January, right? We're in January where now they're going to be releasing new servants, and we haven't gotten any of them. Like, we haven't even gotten like the Morgan for Lostbelt 7, right? We haven't even gotten that initial servant that you could argue is dummy broken. Who knows who the Melusine or the Oberon is going to be? So all I have to say is that, like, if you're a JP player, please just skip this banner. Like, you do not know who is going to be coming in like the next couple of weeks. We know this is going to be starting, I believe it's like the 17th or the 19th. I'd have to recheck. I can't obviously read Japanese, so, but I can read dates. It is, that's the end of the 31st. So it's going to be the end of the month. But still, even if it's the end of the month, you have to be able to kind of like, I don't know, hold yourself a little bit. If that's the right way to say that. Because we haven't gotten any new servants from this. And they're obviously going to be like really crazy, right? Because they're not going to drop just some like random bummy servants that are just going to be like completely suck. No, I clicked one of my tabs. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, I clicked one of my tabs. But yeah, we know they're not going to drop any like random bummy servants, right? They're not going to drop some guy that's like, yeah, here's like 20% attack on skill 1 and 1 turn of invincibility on skill 2 and I don't know, 30% battery on skill 3. Like garbage. Like they're not going to drop something like that. They're going to drop somebody that is competitive. I mean, they just dropped Kirei for New Year's, right? They're showing us the power level of like new servants they want to make after they said we're not making any servants for 2022. Bam, here's 2023. Boom, here's Kirei. He's really insane. The only thing you could really hold against him is his class as an alter ego, right? Aside from that, the dude is insane. And the fact that we haven't seen any of the new Lostbelt 7 servants is just like, dude, you have to be saving. You can't be playing on the JP version of the game where it's like, oh, the next new servant is going to be super broken, and you can't be out here simping for Nemo or Nito, Chris, right? Like, when you know these potential dummy broken servants are going to be coming out. And again, I think the thing that does it the most for me is the fact that we haven't even seen, like, the Morgan yet, right? Because remember, Lostbelt 6 releases with Morgan. Like, they just come out and they just drop their pants with Morgan. They're like, here, bam, here's Morgan. Then, bam, here's Melusine. Bam, here's Oberon. Like, they just drop banger after banger servant, and we've still yet to see that. We don't have a Lostbelt 7 servant unless, I don't know, unless like Kirei really counts as like a Lostbelt 7 servant. Maybe Kirei's going to like be some integral part and he's going to be like super insane going forward. But even then, we still have like the Melusine and the Oberon to look forward to. So I don't know. You guys can let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Like, I think this is a very underwhelming announcement and a very mid banner as a whole, but I think it kind of shows us that better servants are going to come, right? Like, we're going to have some really insane servants on the horizon. Like, maybe I'm coping really hard, maybe I'm just believing in Losengel a little bit too much, but I'm like, they've been really holding out on units. Because keep in mind that for like all of December, they were like, hey, we're not releasing any new servants for the rest of 2022. And then boom, they dropped Kirei, a servant we're kind of expecting. And then they drop this banner, right? Like, it seems like they're trying to buy time. Like, someone really nutty should be coming out on JP. They just showed that Olga's going to be in this, and it's a very popular servant. So I'm like, someone insane has to be coming, right? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Like, I don't know if they're trying to like bait people out or stall for a little bit with this banner, but I'm like, I feel like someone nutty is about to come out on JP. But you can let me know in the comments down below. Again, it is like 6 in the morning for me at this point. Like, it just went from like 5:50 to 6 as I'm recording this video. Maybe I'm a little bit tired. Maybe I just don't have like, you know, full cognitive functions because I'm tired. But that's kind of my like raw feeling, right? Maybe I'm capping, maybe I'm not. But I feel like someone really nutty is going to come, because they are just stalling putting out any of the Lostbelt 7 servants, if you know what I mean. Like, none of them have been revealed. We know some of the servants that are in Lostbelt 7, but they haven't released any of them. Not as like a free-to-play, not as a 4-star, not as a 5-star. Like, they are really holding out on these servants. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a little conspiratorial of me to like kind of be saying that, but I don't know. Just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll be very excited to read the comments, as well as like, oh yeah, ZTL is unhinged at 6 a.m. But if you want to see unhinged ZTL, come out to the streams every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace. Late, guys.